are doing this Memorial Day evening.
Yes, it is.
First, I want to just thank the fallen soldiers that have sacrificed their life for us. I also want to thank the ones that's currently serving, the veterans that serve. We appreciate y'all. Y'all just don't know. We appreciate y'all for all that you do for and that you've done for us.
Job well done, baby.
Yes,
Job well
done. Yes, it is.
Yes.
This is my veteran, so I appreciate.
I did a little time in there. A little time. I paid a little time to it. Yes.
So Kenneth, I always like to start out. Oh, Kenneth, I almost forgot, but let me just ask you, how you doing today?
Doing good today. It's a good day today.
It is.
A lot of people are off today. Post office closed.
Yes.
A lot of good stuff happening going on. It's off today. Yes.
Yes. So I know I gotta say it.
Okay.
I always gotta say it, y'all. I gotta say it.
Say it.
Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, y'all. Don't forget to share. Share those comments. Keep those comments coming. Hit that notification that's right here, y'all. It's going to be throughout this episode. It's always in the episode. I'm excited about today. I know you are.
I am.
It's
Monday. I'm always excited about Monday. Monday's always a great day for me.
Yes,
Monday.
it is.
It's good. It's always good.
With that being said, y'all had to take a quick drink.
Yes.
Excuse me. With that being said, we got a question because last week we talked about deal breakers.
Deal breakers, right. That was a good one.
Excuse me, y'all. We did talk about deal breakers.
Yes.
So deal breakers are going to lead us up to the question for today.
Okay.
Someone sent a question in, and thank y'all. I just want to thank y'all so much for sending in those questions, those comments. I appreciate that. Y'all just don't know.
It helps us out a lot.
It does.
It does. It helps us out a lot.
So this question asks, I am currently married.
All right.
I have a child.
Okay.
We have a child together.
All right.
He has a child.
Okay.
He has his parents. His mom is a single. She raised him alone. So he's like really close to his mom.
Okay.
She also says she's really close to her mom as well. She wanted to know, during this time or just in their marriage, she's been seeing some shifts. Yeah, I'm not reading word per word, but this is she says she's seen some shifts in the dynamics of their marriage.
Okay.
She said she just want to know who's first. She said she don't see that she's been placed first in the marriage.
Wow.
She wants to know who's first. She said because their child is young, he's some months old. She also has like a 4-year-old. Then he has like a 10-year-old.
Okay.
And then she, like for instance, she said, because this was a long letter, y'all, so I kind of had to read through it. She kind of said like, on the weekends, he goes over his mom's house.
Okay.
He goes over there Friday. He get off work. He'll go over there Friday. He'll make sure, that he gets up early Saturday. He goes over there. And he's always over his mom's house. If she calls, he's there. So she just kind of wanted to know, wanted to know more information about that. Who comes first?
Who comes first? That is a great question.
She wants to know who comes
It's a great situation. It happens in all of our marriages, all of our lives. We see people that's important in our lives.
Okay.
And that's what we're looking at. We look at people that's important. Our parents are important because they raised us. Our sisters and brothers, siblings, they're important because they helped raise us and they had a part in the family. And then all of a sudden our children come along.
Yeah.
And we think, oh no, nobody's better than my child.
They're not.
Nobody's better than my children.
Because the child is not self-sufficient. So the child cannot, especially a little child.
Yeah.
So, they can't they cannot fend for themselves.
So that's an important question. And really you have to kind of be careful too, because all of those will become first in our marriage. All those will become first in our lives. All those will become first in every situation. So we really have to be careful. We really have to be careful. Yes. So that's important. And that's hard. Ooh, this is a hard one here because this is hard.
So let me just ask you. Let me ask you since the question
I'm trying to prioritize it to try to see how can I categorize this to see who would come first. Would it be my parents? Would it be my children? Would it be family, siblings?
Let me ask you this.
Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one.
When you if we were on a boat, and I know people have had this question asking them. So if we were on a boat.
Okay.
We were out in the sea.
Okay.
You could save only one person. You can only save one person.
One person, okay.
You don't have to answer it right now, but I want you to just think about it. Because I want to know. You could save one person.
Okay.
Could you say, would it be me, your wife?
Okay.
You put on low. Would it be your son? Your son.
Okay.
Would it be your mom?
Wow.
But you could only save one.
Wow.
Which one? Don't you think about that?
My goodness, that's a good one. Wow.
And if I could only save one, since you didn't ask me, I would have to save you, our son, and my mom.
In that order.
They don't have to necessarily be that order. Just I can only save one. Okay, I said my mama, you, my son. Who would I save?
Wow, that's a good question.
I think a lot of times that's really a good question that we're talking about this, because it is. I see so many relationships where you have blended family, and that's another one we're gonna talk about, y'all. I think I'm gonna talk about that one next week. Blended family. So where you do have a blended family, and it's always been me and my son. I'm just using this hypothetical. It's always been like me and my son, and all of a sudden we come in. So there's no way I feel like I need to put him on the back burner. Not necessarily the back burner, but if I had to save, my mind would say save my son.
Okay.
Because it's always been my son. If we're talking about a blended family, my mindset would say save my son.
Okay.
Kenneth be all right, or he'll be all right.
Yeah, I can come back and get him later, maybe. Or
and my mom would be okay because I would kind of look as though I'm talking about a blended family, that she would be okay because she may have lived her life. But I would say coming as a blended family would be more so saving my son.
Saving your son, okay.
And looking at it from a blended family perspective.
And sometimes in our relationships we do that. Okay. We do that. We put our children first ahead of the wife or ahead of the husband. Or we put mama first ahead of the wife or ahead of the husband because of that dynamics that you were just talking about. Right. They've been with us all of our lives. And all of a sudden you and I only been married 2 or 3 years or 4 years, and I haven't gotten used to you yet, but I've been with my mother all my life. I've been with my children all their lives.
Okay.
Or, and I can see how we can prioritize that and make the children first or make mom first ahead of the family. But but with the real deal, or we're talking about now the modern day, it should be the wife first.
We're just talking about modern day?
Yeah, nowadays. It should be the wife first, and then everyone else secondary and third.
So
or the husband first, and everyone else secondary or third. Because you are the one that I want to spend the rest of my life with. So it seems like you should be the one I should care more about. Your well-being and everything like that. And I should put you first among everybody else.
Well, ladies, I got you now because my wheels be turning. So you're saying I'm supposed to put you ahead of our child that's some months old?
Yes, in certain instances. Not as far as feeding is concerned, not for as, caring is concerned, but for as responsibility, your job should be put me first. My job should be put you first.
So the people can see and know what it looks like. What does that look like for you? If you put me first, tell me what does that look like so they can see what it looks like for a husband to put his wife first.
That means I should make sure that you're comfortable first. I should make sure that you're cared for first. I should make sure that you're not wanting for anything before everything and for everybody else. Okay. I should make sure that you're taken care of.
So are you saying
first before I take everybody
else?
Are
you're saying that I just say, for instance, I'm supposed to make sure your plate is made, your room is clean, your bath water's ran. I'm just throwing stuff out there, ladies, because I got you. So I'm supposed to make sure all those things are done before I do take care of our son.
No, okay. Not in that instance.
You're saying making sure you're comfortable.
You're putting kind of like a lot of stuff in front of the whole ordeal. Okay. I think, first of all, we should make sure in order that if my wife is taken care of, if my wife is comfortable, if my wife is in a place that where she feels like I'm catering to her, then it should be everything else secondary.
Everything should.
But if I'm not taking care of you, and if I'm not making sure you're comfortable, if I'm not making sure that you are in a place of not needing anything, then you would look kind of crazy. Right. But if I'm doing all of those things and putting you first, and and maybe in deed and in and attitude and everything like that, and making sure I respect you, making sure I'm showing you all kind of love, make sure I'm showing you that you mean a lot in this relationship.
Okay.
If I'm doing all of that and showing you all that, then it wouldn't be no problem to put the kids second and then the parents second or the parents third or things like that. But my main time and effort should be on you.
Okay.
My main time and effort should be on you first.
Okay.
I'm not saying just throw the kids in the corner and don't even look at them anymore, but make sure you're comfortable first, because if you're comfortable, then you and I both can handle the rest of the situation.
Well, I'm going to say, I appreciate the way you handled us, because you didn't say it, but I'm going to say it. I appreciate the way you, even when our son was younger, our producer, shout out to the producer.
Yeah, producer, like, yes, producer.
Shouts out. But I appreciate you, how you, when our son was born, you took the night shift. I took the day shift. And what I mean by that is...
Well, I remember that now. That was so long ago. That was so long, but I remember that now.
You took the night shift.
I remember that,
and I appreciate you. You took that the whole time. You stayed home with me for 90 days. You stayed home with me for 3 months, which was great.
Somewhere longer than that, yeah.
Then you took the night shift, which means you allowed me to get sleep.
And rest, yes.
You allowed me to sleep, and I was with him all the day. And then at a certain time, I think it was 9 o'clock. Yeah. I would hand him over to you.
Your shift was over when you bring him to me.
My shift was over, right. And you just let me sleep until the morning. And then once morning came, about 7 or 8.
I come in and throw him in. Here's your shift now.
Yes.
It's your turn to take the kid.
Exactly.
You take him and go ahead on now.
Exactly.
And then I would go ahead on about the days affairs, like
And I like that. I appreciate that. To me, that even though you put me first, and I'm saying we didn't put our son to the side. He was right there in the midst of it.
Yeah.
To me, that right there, you thought enough of me to say, you know what? I'm gonna allow her to have a good night of rest. Then that way, once she have a good night of rest, she's ready to take on the day. And I was like, oh, okay, that's good. Okay. So that's an example to me of how you allowed me to be first.
Made it comfortable for you, so
you made my load. You made my and I said this last week. You made my load lighter. You made my load so light that you just made it easy being a parent, made it easy being a wife.
Okay.
And so I saw where you put me first. You made sure, and I'm talking about things physical, and that wasn't things you did, but when I talk about physical things that I can see, you made sure I was well taken care of. You made sure I've always had money. And I'm just saying, you just made sure you took care of me.
Okay.
And that included making sure our son or our family was taken care of.
Now, did that make it easier to put me first? Did that make it easier for you to, make the kids second and your mother second and family members second? Did that make it easier, or did that just kind of, lay it out there for you to make a decision?
I will say it made it easier, but I do have to throw this in here. When I first got married, to me, I felt like my mom was first.
Okay.
And I know you remember, because I used to be with my mom, hang out with my mom, do everything with her. But then once I realized that I have a lot of fun with Kenneth, and that when I wanted to hang out with my mom, and I'm not saying I just stopped hanging out. I didn't just stop hanging out with her. What I did was just make sure you and I didn't have any plans.
Okay.
And that's me making sure you're taken care of. I made sure we didn't have any plans. And then I went from us not having plans to playing with her. I never planned with her first and then playing with you second. But I appreciate that. But it actually made it easier for me to put you first, or to do some of the things you asked me to do. It wasn't hard, because like I said, you made my load lighter. You made it enjoyable to be a wife. You made it enjoyable to be a mother. You made it exciting. I was excited about that, and I still get excited just talking to you, hanging out with you, laughing with you. I still just get excited with those things, because you put me first, and not just me. You put us first.
Okay.
You put your family first, and you put me, our son. You put our family first.
And then by doing that, that made it as a team. Both of us came together as a team and said, okay, we see this is working out pretty good.
Right.
So let's try this and let the family see it. Outside family, our sisters, our brothers, our mother, our fathers see it, that hey, the husband and wife would make as a team. They're coming together now. They're having fun together. They're doing their thing. And then, you know, you all are not, we're not leaving you all out as a family. We all letting you all know that we're taking care of our household first, and then you all are coming second and third and things like that. And I think if we as a couple, we as a team see that and try to work together, helping each other get better, helping each other feel that, hey, you're welcome, you're loved, that you're cared for, and that we're concerned for each other. I think it makes it a little bit more easier to ease the family down, to put the kids in one section, and put the mother in another section, and the sisters and brothers in another section, to let them see that, hey, we're first, and we're not putting you all away, but it's just that the family is more important to us than the rest of the group.
Because the way I look at it is, though, if we don't build this, what we have here, on a solid foundation and build us solid, how can we help
someone else,
and go out there and be a part of something that's already damaged or detrimental? And what I mean by that is we have family members that's already, you know, that's going through some stuff. But if you and I are not solid, if you and I can't depend or help each other out, how are we able to help other people out if we can't depend on each other to where you doing it in love, you put me first, to me it just seems harder to operate that way.
And that's a good point too, because it's not going to be easy. We're not telling everybody it's going to be easy to do this, because if you're not doing it now, it's going to be hard to do it. So you all's job, our job as husband and wife team, is to come together and see if this is doable first. Can we do this now? Can we not reinvent the wheel, but go back and rewind it and say, look, we did it backwards by putting everybody else first and our husband and wife last. Can we come together and say, okay, look, let's try to respect each other. Put each other first, you know, in everything that we do, you know, make sure our home is taken care of, make sure each one is taken care of, make sure we're not wanting for a lot of things, and see how that works. And then let our family know, say, look, we're not trying to change the dynamics and everything, but we'll just let you know, as for me and my house, we're going to start out first with each other. Then we're going to work our way up through everyone else.
So how do we do that? Like you said, instead of us, we haven't been operating that way. What to me, and I just want to give, what will be the first step if you and I wasn't operating that way? What would be some of the first steps you would give us? How could we turn this thing around?
It had to be a conversation.
You
and I would have to come to a table, or where we meet at, on the couch or in the den or wherever, and talk about it and say, look, what makes you happy, LAVIDA? You know, what makes you happy, Kenneth? You know, what can I do to satisfy you? You can tell me, first of all, you do this, that, and the other. You start giving me a bunch of rules. I know that. Or give me a bunch of projects to do or something. If you paint the house, if you plant the edges, if you do the grass, you don't have me doing a bunch. I feel like that's going to make you happy. That's going to make you happy. And you'll be saying, yes. I say, okay, I can start that. But it has to be a conversation. Then the husband, you have to ask the husband, what makes you happy? Okay, mama, if you cook a little bit more, if you clean a little bit more, if you kind of, you know, wash the dishes a little bit more, that makes me happy. But those are things. No, those are.
Excuse me, you got me coughing. You doing shots? I think you can clean a little bit more. You can cook.
I just thought I'd throw that in there. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
I mean, that just sound like you don't cook enough.
I just thought I'd throw that in there. Sorry for laughing, y'all. I just thought I'd throw that in there. But I think it would have to be a conversation, in a serious conversation.
I agree.
With the husband, say, look, you know, you don't have to go back and tell your mother everything we do in our family. You don't have to go back and tell your mother everything you do in our family either, you know. Some things need to be sacred. We need to keep this in our house. We don't have to go back and tell my sisters and brothers everything was wrong, my marriage was wrong, my relationship. Or even let the kids hear us arguing and complaining and fussing all the time. We don't have to do all of that. So you and I are going to have to come to an agreement that, hey, we need to draw the line right here today.
In the sand.
Can we start right now? Start respecting each other. Start right now. Trying to, you know, understand you and you understand me. What makes you happy? What makes me happy? Things like that, and try to work on a conversation to better us.
I like that.
To better us.
I also like the fact when you said that we have to be able to keep stuff in house. We're not saying that keep stuff in house when it's detriment to the relationship or it's detriment to each other, like physical or anything. I'm not saying that. I think we're saying that things that you and I know we can work through, disagreements, I don't need to go tell my mom, and you need to go tell your mom or sisters, and I need to go tell my sisters and cousins and stuff, everything that's going on. What I mean by that, when I'm saying keep it in-house. I think sometimes, like you said, we need to come to the table, we need to go in the den, we need to go to our special spot, even if we're in the bed, just wherever that is, and we need to have those deep conversations that we haven't had in a while so that we can figure out how we can get this thing back on track.
Because my mother wants to know everything about my marriage. If I tell her, she would enjoy just sitting there and listening.
Really?
Everything is going on because she loves you. She loves you, but she wants to know what makes LAVIDA tick. What makes LAVIDA. And if I go home and go to her house and tell her all of this, she would be in my marriage, and she would love to. My mother would love to. But I keep her at bay. I said, Mother, we're doing good. And, some things that I let Mother know. Mother, we're doing good, but you know how it is. And your mother's the same way. She knows it like my mother.
Whatever.
Another shot.
I'm gonna tell her. This is okay. She's gonna watch.
Oh, okay. She can watch.
That you know.
I didn't mean you were nosy. I mean you were concerned. I said that, Mother, you were concerned.
Okay.
Your mother's concerned like my mother, and if you would tell her everything, she would listen.
I agree.
And then it would probably start kind of interfering in our marriage because when we go over there to visit, or you go to my mother's house to visit, they would look like, LAVIDA, she ain't all that no more, huh? Kenneth is having problems.
Exactly.
I don't know why she's trying to be all happy over here.
Right.
And it would kind of make it a solid for you to go over there, for me to go over there. So I think our job is to keep them at a distance. Yeah. Keep them at a distance. Don't let them know everything about our marriage, our relationship.
I agree. I agree. And I like the fact that when you said they would love to be in your relationship. I know you've been really close with your parents.
Yes.
You've been really close. You probably
siblings. Yes.
Daddy's girl. All of that. I was a daddy's girl.
I was mama's boy. I was a mama's boy. And still am today.
But I think we still need to work on our relationship to make sure that this person is first. Yes. We need to make sure, that this person is first.
Okay.
It's important that we put each other first in order for this relationship to move in the direction.
Now, we're not saying it's easy. By no means it's not. It took us, 25 years to work on this, down through the years to get this together. It's not going to be easy, but it is durable. You can do it. The wife can do it. The husband can do it. Our job is to put it together and make it work.
And guess what, y'all? If you find that you put each other first, you can revive.
Yeah.
You can restore. You can always reunite that relationship, and that's all we're trying to do is revive it. Reason why I say what made me come up with revive, because somebody asked me that, revive, restore, and reunite, because it means something is not necessarily dead, but something is down. Yeah. So when it's down, you got to revive it. So when it's down, let's revive it. Then guess what? Once you revive it, it's going to start to restore itself. You can see the growth. You can see the thing blooming. You can just see everything about it, the mobility of it just going. But the restoration is the hard part, because even doing that restoration, and I think about my elbow, the rehab was horrible. It was painful. I cried. It was hard. But once I got there, guess what? I was able to be reunited. I was able to use this arm. I was able to reunite with Kenneth. I was able to just reunite and just do what we had to do. Yes. Just like we just gotta just do it. Just like the Lakers, they're gonna have to reunite, and we just gonna have to get.
I wasn't gonna bring that up. I wasn't gonna bring that up. I was gonna leave that out because we were just battling before we got started here. They're gonna be on the sideline just like us. It won't take them but 1 or 2 more games, and the Lakers will be at home fishing just like us. So. You can edit this part. I'm just throwing it out. Producer, I don't know why she brought that up.
I just want to say, because we were talking about that. And be good. So I just wanted to say that. But I just want to, on that note, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching us. Yes. Thank y'all for keeping those comments coming. Don't forget, you can email me at thedavisonintervention@gmail.com. Yes. If you want to check out that website, go to www.thedavisonintervention.com.
Thank you.
We love you all. We appreciate you all watching us. Don't forget, keep those comments coming. Yes. Y'all have a good day.
All right.
Bye.